The National Housing Enterprise, a key player in the housing sector, have recently cleared its audited financial backlog for the years 2017 through 2023. This pivotal moment marks a major step towards greater transparency and fiscal responsibility. Joining us to discuss what this means for NHE, its stakeholders, and the broader housing market is the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Gisbertus Mukulu. Sir, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening to everybody.
All right, thank you for being here. To start off, what were the primary challenges that NHE board faced in addressing the backlog of the audited financials dating back to 2017?
Obviously, NHE had a backlog of audited financial statements dated back to 2017. Of course, the last being 2016. When the board came on board in March 2023, one of the primary, of course, objective and strategic intent is to make sure that the audited financial statements are cleared. So both the management and the staff rallied behind, of course, the board and make sure that the audited financial statements are brought up to date. As we speak, the audited financial statements are up to date up to 2023.
Wow. Of course. And just what strategies and measures did the board implement to ensure that the timely completion of these overdue audits? When
the board, of course, commenced its work in March last year, 2023, of course, the board focused on three strategic pillars. And one of them is the stakeholder relations, of course, with the players in the housing industry. And then secondly is the acquisitions of funding for capital projects. And then the third one, which is the most important one, is the clearings of the audited financial statements. And therefore, we as a company or as an enterprise, we made sure that we sensitize the staff in order to make sure that the audited financial statements, of course, with the help of the external auditors, are cleared. And those were the three primary of the strategic objectives that the board focused on.
Yeah, looking at your face, you look very happy that this is done, I think. Maybe you can also just provide us with more information about the role of any external auditors or consultants in the process of clearing the backlog.
The external auditors, of course, they were contracted by NHE to help NHE on auditing the books of account of NHE. But most importantly, I would like to really thank the staff and management because these are the people who has been at the forefront in making sure that the necessary information is provided to the auditors to verify and also to make sure that the books of accounts are audited in terms of the accepted financial standards.
Of course.
So I must emphasize here that the NHE Act number 5 of 1993 does require that NHE should maintain adequate accounting records.
Of course.
And as such, we need to bring the auditors on board to make sure that the books are audited in terms of the international financial reporting standards. And that's exactly what had happened.
Okay, and maybe just briefly, what was the main reason why there was an initial backlog, and maybe just also in the future, how will you prevent this from happening, for not to happen again?
Yes, there were couples of factors that contributed to the delay in the backlog. And of course, one of them is the issue related to how we can account for the mass housing, which was, of course, brought into the books of NHE. But of course, what is important is that we were able to sort out that matter,
of course,
together with the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, and also the Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprise. And therefore, as soon as that matter is cleared, it has paved the way for us to make sure that the audited financial statements from 2017 to 2023 are cleared.
Yeah. All right. And just a second last question on the clearance of the audit backlog. How has it improved transparency and accountability, which is what is always sought after in terms of when it comes to institutions?
It has indeed improved accountability and transparency. Number one, our compliance to the PEGA, which is of course the Public Enterprise Governance Act, because the audited financial statements are the requirement as per the PEGA. So therefore, in that sense, NHE had indeed complied.
Of course.
And therefore, even to the shareholder, it's also thrilling for the shareholder to learn that our books are now in order.
Of course.
Yeah, and therefore that accountability lies with the board, with management, and of course with the staff. The board, of course, hold me accountable, and I hold my management accountable, and then management hold the entire staff accountable. So therefore, that is the whole chain of transparency and accountability all the way. And of course, the minister holds the board accountable if the affairs of the company is not in order.
Of course. You answered the last question already, unless there's something else you want to add on that.
Well, what I would like to report is that we are now busy working on the annual report, which is also a requirement in terms of the PEGA. And the annual report is basically to highlight the activities of the enterprise from 2017 to 2023, the achievements thereof, the challenges that we have experienced. And we are busy now working on that. And of course, this annual report is likely to be completed by end of this month. And that will also pave the way for the annual general meeting. We will call an annual general meeting, the first of its kind in the history of NHE. And of course, that's where we are going to present the audited financial statements. That will of course make the shareholder happy, who is our line minister. And at the same time, it will also instill, investors' confidence, and even financiers from whom we are borrowing money are also having confidence on us as a result of us having audited financial statements.
All right. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with us this milestone that NHE has achieved, and all the best.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, that was Mr. Gisbertus Mukulu, the CEO of NHE, speaking to us on the latest cleared financial audited backlog report from 2017 to 2023. And Daily Roundup continues with more conversations. Stay with us.